Hi everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing great tonight. We're going to have a
I hope you're all doing great tonight.
We're going to have a that was my first oops. We have I have these two containers for Easter, and this is what it's like when I got it. But I did a little bit of work on this one, particularly on the base, which is not quite ready. And this may have to wait another day or so before we can use it. Now, I'll tell you what I did do. I put some WoodUBend here. Then I rolled out some clay. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Thank you for sprinkling. And then I put some dots in here, some diamonds in here, and repeated the same thing. This is unfortunately still not dry. I could try and paint it maybe later, but if not, it'll have to wait. And I was in between colors, was not sure what color I wanted to do. And it was between the yellow, or this blue, or this blue. But I decided I was going to do this blue, this darker blue. So let me tell you what I did with this one. This one, all I simply did was prime it, 2 coats, and that was yesterday. I'm going to paint it now, and I'm thinking of putting some designs on it, but I'm not quite sure what yet. So let's use this. Oh, really? Oh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I should do that. Now, I'm going to have some WoodUBend on here. I made a mark of where I wanted it to match the bottom. And this will probably need 2 coats. And the bird we're going to do in, I thought it would be nice to put some velvet powder on it. So maybe we should do that after this dries, because I don't want anything falling on it. So all I'm simply doing is just painting this. And I'm using the color Peacock. I was planning on doing pastels, but I'm not a very pastel-y girl. So I think this will have to work. And my second color is going to be gold. You know how much I love gold. Maybe the bird should be gold. Maybe that's what I'll do. A gold bird. And yeah, I think I'll do gold. So I'm just painting this. I'm avoiding these lines because these are my marking lines. I want them to line up with this exactly. And actually, maybe I should have put my WoodUBend first, because it's all going to be one color. Maybe I'll do that. How is everyone tonight? Yeah, the bird is going to be gold. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I've painted over my marks without meaning to. Well, you read my mind. You absolutely read my mind. Thank you for joining, Elizabeth. I really appreciate it. So whilst this is drying, I think I'll paint the other one. And then we'll do the gold bird. And I shall do as Elizabeth suggested. Paint this at the same time. I was going to wait for it to dry. You're the only one on. It's just you and me. On this one, as I said, I did diamonds because I do want to put some rhinestones. Yeah, everybody might be busy. And I'm also planning on doing rhinestones in the one where there's dots or holes. Yeah, it is. I love this color. It's called Peacock. And it was a toss-up between this color or the yellow I started off with. Oops. Oops, there's my first oops, Elizabeth. The bottom of this is still not quite finished. It needs a little bit more, what's the word? It needs a little bit more stabilizing. It's not all level. Yes, ma'am. Oopsie. Another oopsie. I do want to clean this up because I don't want to be cleaning afterwards. And this WoodUBend, I'm going to show you how I did this one. But instead of showing you 8 times, I'll show you 4 times. Number 2, yeah, number 2. And I divided this up by dividing in half first, using the bird as my guide. Yeah, you can count, Elizabeth. That's okay. I am fine with that. And I forgot to send out a telegram. Naughty me. But that's okay. We'll just pretend it's you and me. Well, it isn't just pretend, it is you and me. Just 1 second. But I want to do something, and I want to get my wipes. I'm constantly losing my wipes. Let me see if I should get another. Let me use these. I'll use paper towels and wipe them, and you put water on them. Elizabeth, it held up. Your comment was held up, haha, and I just let it show. I don't know what's wrong with that, but I don't want to paint the inside. Because if you want to put cookies or something in it, it's food safe. Okay. I've been thinking about doing a peacock with rhinestones and with, not just rhinestones, but with resin. So that's something I looked at today and I thought I might want to do. I don't want to hold it up because my hands are dirty. So I should have gotten my round turntable thing. I'm going to move it to the side and mix up my gold. I'm going to use my favorite, as usual, pale gold. And then hopefully this will be dry and I'll be able to turn it over. Let me move it aside. And that way I won't get it in the way. I should also get a piece of paper for my gold friend. so that whatever I don't use for the gold velvet, we can use, we can put back. So right now I want my pale gold, and we're going to mix again. Thank God that was not the pigment. I need a stirrer. And I mixed some yesterday, and I still can't get over how beautiful this becomes. And this is the Posh Chalk pigment in pale gold. And I'm going to add some of the infuser. And we're going to mix it. And when you're mixing it, be careful not to breathe it in. You can mix as much as you want, because you can make it into a wash or a paint or a highlight. And make sure you mix it well. Look at it. I added a little bit more because it was too thick. Look at it. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. Now let me grab a brush. But I could use... This is dry now, so I'm going to flip it upside down. I got some gold on this, blue on this. I forgot to check if the gold is the right color for the pigments. But I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? And this again is going to need 2 coats. Yeah. This bird was also primed. And I just used the bonding primer by Pentart. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the second one. If I'll leave it as is, or... I know I'm going to have to put some eyes on. Doesn't he look beautiful? I really do like his color. Gold really goes with everything, as far as I'm concerned. So are you working on any projects? We'll give this a couple of seconds to dry. Yes, I do, Elizabeth. Thank you for asking. I do. My website, let me put that in. Well, actually, I put it in at the end because it's not going to show up later. I carry the gold pigment, the infuser. From what we've used today, the WoodUBend is on my Etsy store. What else? Right now, why is this not working? Is it unplugged? That'll be the second. Oh, there it goes. We've already thrown out one heat tool. Yeah, this definitely needs another. I carry a lot of peacock products, so all the velvets, except for the gold, because that peacock doesn't do gold, not yet anyway. But the products for applying it, I do carry, and I'll show you what they are when we're ready to use them. But that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I want to make sure I need some more on the top. So before you apply your velvet powder, what you need to do is paint the base a similar color so that if you miss a spot, it won't be a big deal because it'll show as gold. And it's really hard to go back and add any velvet powder if you've missed a spot. So that's why we say that. Okay, I think this is done. Just give it a second or two to dry. I'll post the website, Elizabeth, after we're done with all the products that I've listed. It does take me a few minutes because I never know what products I'm going to use until the live, because I change my mind so much. And this is dry. I'm just checking the bottom. The bottom is still a bit wet. Okay, let me just cover my container so that I don't waste this product, the pigment. And if you store it in a sealed container, it will last for at least a week. In a sealed container. You do have to mix it up, though. Now let me apply what you're going to need next is the Decor Glue Tacky, which is what will allow us to apply the gold. And this is the gold. So let me apply the tacky glue. And this needs just a few moments to set up. It's not like the glue that we use for foils. I don't want a big, I just need a tiny brush that's old and that's not needed. Let me see. Okay, this is the best we're going to do. This one or this one? I don't know. Let's see. This is also by Pentart, and you use this to apply your velvet powder, and it does have a lot of other uses. It's a whitish, gluey substance, and the bird is still warm. There goes an egg. And I'm just going to apply it on, and whilst it tacks up, we can do something else. Maybe finish painting. I'm being careful not to touch the bottom. So maybe finish painting, as I was saying, the bottom part. The velvet powder will not go on unless, it will not stick to the gold unless you have this tacky glue. So make sure that when you're doing this, you have the whole item with the glue. If there's no glue, there's no velvet in this case. And it dries clear. The tacky glue is also in my shop. Just got the top to do. And the second eye. And apply it as smoothly as possible. Just want to make sure I have it everywhere. Okay, we'll set this aside for a few minutes. And I need the blue again. Is that the one I painted with blue? Not this one. I'm going to set it aside. Now remember, it can catch dust because it is tacky. So let's do this again and apply more of this on the clay. Just to give it a coat. And do it gently. I'm not usually a clay girl. I much prefer WoodUBend, but it would have taken several days for me to apply the SKU 2295 to this, and it wouldn't make a good video. So you do best you can and find a substitute that will work for the videos. Okay, I'm going to leave this to dry. I'm not going to give it a second coat today because the other side is still wet. So because it's still wet, the clay is showing right through. Okay, so now to apply the velvet powder, I need to remove that first piece of paper because it wasn't 100% clean, and remove everything closer so you can see what I'm doing. It would be good actually if I also started at the bottom. So I'm just going to sprinkle, hold this up and sprinkle. Doesn't want to come out. I wonder why. Okay, we won't sprinkle. We'll just tap. I'm just tapping gently. me just tap that in. So we have the whole bottom covered, and now we just need to do the top. And I'm going to reuse some of this. And now the front. I'm going to knock out as much as I can. And that's why I said we'll do this step now so that it doesn't end up falling, although it looks beautiful. I don't know if you can see the sparkles. Okay, and I'm going to put it to one side. And then with this, I'm just going to pour it back in here, because you can reuse it. And I've hardly used any. The velvet powders last for a very long time. Let me just clean up here. And I'll get this back on. And it's a shame that I removed my markers, because I am going to have to bring my the base of my project so that I can match them. So I had a little bit of WoodUBend left over, and I'm missing a piece. Oh, there's two. And the first one, I don't want to touch this, but the first one is going to go on here. And it's all going to get painted blue anyway, because I'm going to highlight with, I'm going to keep it very simple, just gold and blue. So with WoodUBend, all you have to remember is to heat it. I think these pieces are a lot bigger than I need. And you need a little bit of wood glue, which I have here. And you can use any wood glue. As long as it's wood glue, you can use it. I'm going to apply this. I got this from Dollar Tree. And see how bendy it is? And I'm going to have to heat it up again. First, let me remove some of the wood glue that's showing up. Just going to hold it. Until it starts to cool. Let me try and remove a little bit more. You don't have to remove it, but I like to remove it. And I scorched my WoodUBend here, but I'm okay with that because I'm not going to do anything except paint it. If you were going to stain it, then that could become a problem because it would not look good. But I am not going to stain it. Okay, I think it's well stuck there. And I need my knife because we need to cut this. And I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to touch my bird. And to cut it, I'm just going to use a knife. I want to put it down first. It needs more heating, and I don't want to mess up. I did not cut it oh no, it's still cold. So obviously it's not going to cut. Let's try now. Yeah, that should be better. I'm going to cut it with this knife. I should put it down, but if I put it down, the cutting won't be exact. I'm going to cut some more actually. I'll maybe cut them shorter before I put them on. Just removing the hard bits. Okay, I'm going to have to bring back my this is still a bit too long, so that's why it's not looking exactly right. So I'm just going to put a mark where I want the next one. Oops, see, it's still so wet. So let me turn it this way. And hopefully my marks will be fine. Oh, I can't see those. I'm just marking where I'm going to put the next WoodUBends. And I want them to match up, so hopefully I won't goof up. Okay. Just remove this out of the way. And let's continue with adding the WoodUBend. Okay, let's heat up. And I think I'm going to mark it up now. I just want to cut this like that. And mark it here. And if I have this will work. Let me see something else if I can do that. I just want to see if this will make a better fit under the bird. I'm just shaving off a little bit. I might be way off base, but you never know. Yeah, actually, this works quite well. Yep. I shaved a little bit off here because of the bird, so that this can go under the bird. And let's put some more wood glue. And this is WoodUBend on ceramic. So you've seen me use it on other surfaces, but this will be the first time on ceramic. I'm just going to hold it there and then get the brush and remove some of the glue. So I'm just removing the glue right now, and I forgot I should not be touching my bird. Now let's heat it up. And it's a good thing if wood is seeping out. Let's do the next one. Let's heat it up. Again, up. I'm just going to remove, scrape off a little bit so that it fits better. I think my blade is not sharp enough. And then put this in and measure so that I know where to cut it. Just going to cut it a little bit longer than I need. Add some wood glue and we'll be ready for the last one. Make sure you apply your wood glue everywhere. Don't skimp. We'll wait for this to cool down. Remove some of the glue. And reheat up. And we'll have one more left. Gets easier by the time you're done with the fourth one. Heat up again. Yeah, that's why I did the others earlier, because it is time consuming. Hey Lynn, how are you? Thank you for joining. And there it is bending again. I'm going to shave off a little bit, just so that it won't look odd. And let's see if that works. Yep. And I just want to, how are you, Lynn? Thank you. Thank you so much, Lynn. I'm going to cut this again. And usually I would say sand down the areas, but we're going to do a good sanding after we finish anyway. So let's put this on. Use my finger. And apply here. Isn't it pretty? It's called Peacock. It's called Peacock. It's beautiful. I love it. See here. And okay, right here. Yeah, it's time consuming though, Elizabeth. But everything is, so. Oops, I was trying to move it again. And again, I moved it too much. Let me put that there. And now I have to very carefully. Yep, again. Again. And I love how the velvet bird is coming out too. Let me remove the glue. Oops, yep. And I'm hoping and praying that my, well, let me see if I can bring this forward without creating too much hell. Oops. I want to make sure my, okay, this one works. This one works. Yeah, I think it matches up fairly well. I don't think I can make it manage better than that. So that's good. Let's put away. I'm painting it all first in the same blue, and then I'm highlighting with the gold. So this is the blue I was using. So let's make first, what I need to do is make sure that the areas up here don't get on the bird. So I'm being extra careful. I'm going to do the edges first because those are the areas I'm not good at. And I can't really touch the bird to hold it. So I'm just going around as carefully as I can because you know I'm a messy painter. It's because I made the angles, made my life more difficult. Almost there. Oopsie. That was an oopsie, Elizabeth, not an oops. And then this one. I'm just doing the finer parts first. Oh, okay, thank you. An oopsie slightly different. Now, you don't have to prime your WoodUBend when you're painting it. You can paint it white if you want. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It depends on the color that I'm going over it with. If it's a light color, I would. But if it's, you know, black or like this blue even. This is going to need a third coat as well. But I'm hoping that it will look good. Okay. I want to hold it up to show you like this. But there will come a point where I won't be able to. And in here, I'm going to do also put some gold on the actual cover. I'm just trying to cover areas I did not on the WoodUBend. And I might leave this to dry, just like I'm going to leave this. I painted it, but it's... I can't hold it anywhere. And I'll either finish it off in a part 2 video or next Tuesday. Oh, hold on. Next Tuesday, I've got jury duty. So it might be Monday. I completely forgot. Jury duty. I've never done jury duty. So it might be Monday. And I'm going to try and hold it up so that you can see what it looks like up close. So either Monday or a video. So I'm going to hold it up so that you can see it. It still needs another coat in some areas. And then we have this one. And I'm going to hold that up. I don't know how much. Yeah, but I'm not going to do it because his nanny's going to do it for me. Actually, I have jury duty on Monday and my grandson on Tuesday. Um, my brains are gone. I couldn't remember when I was going to Arizona. So Monday I have jury duty, but they'll let me know for sure Friday after 3. So if they dismiss me before I show up, then I'll be here Monday. But I will hopefully remember to send out a message this time. I've never ever done jury duty, never. So thanks for the reminder, Elizabeth. Monday I have jury duty and Tuesday I have my grandson. So if I find out on Friday that I have no jury duty, I'll come back on Monday. And if I have jury duty, I'll just film this over the weekend. Okay, everyone? Take care. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you.